Okay, what's up, y'all? So today I want to talk about how to get into skateboarding as someone who is just starting out, or maybe you're looking at it and you don't know if you want to become a skater, if you will. So I want to talk about maybe some of the best beginner tips I have for you, some of the misconceptions about skateboarding, the realities of it, and just some general advice, for anyone that's really considering it. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time and let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the idea of being a poser, because this is something that I see all the time. I have a lot of friends who are just starting out skating and they're really nervous about going to the park because they don't want to be seen as a poser. They have good style of clothing. When it comes to skating, they're just starting out. They don't got the skills yet. And I gotta say, coming from one skater to the next, the poser concept is a huge misconception. And I know it's funny that I say that because poser has been widely popularized by the skate community. But in reality, people on the internet are 10 times different than people in real life. On the internet, you might have people that'll say, oh, this guy's a poser for wearing Thrasher and not skating, or this guy's this guy's that. You're always going to get something like that on the internet. But at the skate park, 9 out of 10 of those skaters at the skate park are there for one thing, and that is to focus on themselves and skate. Okay, some people may come to the skate park just to hang out, just to talk to other people, which is cool. But you got to think, skateboarding is an individual sport for a reason. People do not rely on other people for their progression in skating. And so 9 times out of 10, the people you see at the skate park are really going to be focused on what they're trying to learn. They're not going to have time to be sitting and laughing at you for just starting out. More often than not, you're probably going to have a lot of people that are willing to help you because they know what it was like at that point. That's how, when I was first starting out, that's how I made a lot of friends, a lot of connections within the local skate park, and that's how I progressed a lot, is because there were actually people that were willing to help me because they knew what it was like. And I never, ever, when I was starting out, got made fun of, called a poser. It's all love. That's what I love about the skateboarding community, is that it's all love for one another. I also want to talk about another misconception that was holding me back that I think might hold you back as well. I was hesitant about getting into skateboarding when I was first starting out because I thought that I would get hurt a lot. And this could very well be the case depending on what kind of skater you are. But I found out very quickly that as long as you're skating things that you're familiar with or within your expertise, within your line of experience, you should be okay. You shouldn't be breaking bones every week, And this isn't to say that you should be, stay comfortable and never progress, because obviously to progress, you got to step out of that comfort zone. But what I'm saying is the first week or the first month of you skating should not be dedicated to a huge gap or a huge stair set. You got to work your way up there. First start out with the basics on flat ground, then get a little bit more comfortable, like, grinding on curbs, then take it to a ledge, get used to the rails, get used to a ton of different obstacles, and then, take it to that high impact, take it to the stairs, the gaps. But you want to work your way up. You don't want to just go from 0 to 100 right off the gate, because that's 9 times out of 10, that's how you're going to get hurt, is when you're skating something that you're not familiar with. Every single time that I've rolled my ankle or gotten hurt, it's because I was overly ambitious, because I thought I could do it, but I wasn't really practicing. I wasn't working my way up. I basically was like first starting out, and I just I made a massive jump from doing tricks down 4 stairs to doing a trick down an 8 stair. And I wasn't comfortable with it, and I got hurt. From my experience, you got to work your way up, got to understand what you're doing and what you're getting into. That leads me to my next point, because I want to tell you, especially if you're first starting out, that skateboarding shouldn't be a race. The idea of it is really to have fun, hang out with the homies, and you shouldn't go from 0 to 100, not only from the spots that you're hitting, but also just your approach with skating. You shouldn't right out the gate bring your VX camera to the park and think after day 1 that you're going to be filming a Sponsor Me tape and getting sponsored. And I'm not saying this in some joking manner, because this is literally what I did with my homies. We all started out as a group when I was 12 or whatever. Literally the first month of us skating, we brought out a GoPro, because GoPros were big back then, and we started filming everything. We were busting all these 180s, and we were doing board slides, and that's it. We were doing the very basics, and we just wanted to film, which is cool. The idea of filming is really fun in itself, but don't take skateboarding as a job. Don't take it as like a chore. Take it as something fun to do. And typically you see the most progression when you're off the camera, because what happened on our end was we would try all these tricks that we knew we had no experience doing, but we thought if we could land it one time for the camera, it'd be a dope clip and then we could have it forever. Our thinking was all we had to do was just do one really hard trick, and as long as it was on camera, it'll be immortalized and we'll have that trick, you know? But the problem is we would spend like 3 to 4 to 5 hours filming tricks we had no business doing. You know, I was first starting out and I was trying crazy tricks like kickflip front boards. You know, first starting out like a couple months in and you're doing, you know, these crazy grinds or gaps. It's craziness. It's craziness. So really pump the brakes, realize what you're doing and why you're skating in the first place. And that's all I got. You know, just some simple tips, not too many today. Just a couple pieces of advice that hopefully you can walk away with. And with that being said, see you next time. Bye.